Hello, welcome to the Stubborn Tortoise podcast. I'm Donna Pazdera. Um, I have to tell you, these video things make me really paranoid. Like I had to go put on makeup and look presentable. It's easier when you can have a face for radio. Anyway, it's something a former colleague used to say. Anyway, today's episode is a master's edition, and it features my friend and running buddy, Vivian Montalvo. I've known Vivian for a couple of years, and she's part of the SAR, San Antonio Roadrunners off-road running group, although I don't think she's in it right now, but that's how I met her. And she's also she's an accomplished runner. She's done the distances and whatnot, but one of my favorite things about her is she's just a really kick-ass crew person. And it's hard to find people like that are willing to give of themselves. But I know that she has, she definitely helped me and Hundo and Babe at Brazos, as well as Maria, which was her primary concern. But yeah, so she's very good at just she loads up the town and country, and which feels like an airplane. I swear, it's like we all rode to Brazos together. It did. It just felt like we were on an airplane. I was like, all we need is like a flight attendant or something, and it'll be complete. But anyway, but yeah, she loads up the vehicle with all the goodies, but that she might anticipate that anyone would need, be it fruit or soft drinks or water or you name it, it's there. And if it's not there, she'll find it. So yeah, and she even sometimes SAGs for us. SAG is acronym for supporting gear, just in case you'll hear that turn around a lot in the cycling community. But anyway, we use it also. We steal it in the running community as well. But yeah, we even did a run. I did a run with three of the other girls in the group late last summer. I guess, oh man, I was having the worst allergies. I mean, it was really weird. It was like a Sunday morning, and we were just doing, I don't know, like 5-6 mile run. And I had to stop at 3 because my eyes were just swollen from the pollen. I mean, everybody was looking at me like, wow, that's a pretty impressive feat. I'm like, I know, and I wasn't trying. Yeah, and so mercifully, Vivian let me, ride in the wagon with her, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, so Vivian's she's just one of those people that you can always count on. She also lives in my neighborhood, and she and her brother, unbeknownst to me, I mean, I knew that at some point they were talking about doing this, but a couple of months ago, actually, it was the day I was working the Trivium race, and she and her brother came over to my house with all this tree trimming stuff and trimmed back this tree in my front yard that was incredibly overgrown and looked horrid. And I mean, they were out there for hours. I came home and it was just like it was a different place. They'd groomed everything, and and I don't have that kind of equipment. I mean, I do have a couple other trees in my yard in the back that need a little love, but we'll deal with that later. I'll pay someone, but I did pay them back with some tamales from Delia's, which is a valley based tamale business with one location in San Antonio. And so anyway, so she works for tamales. But no, she always is joining, various people on their little adventure. I shouldn't say little adventure, big adventures. She just joined Maria at Big Bend. She has gone with our coach, Agatha. What the heck was Agatha doing? I think she was doing some sort of, it was either a training run or a virtual race or something, but I mean, it was insanely long. And this is, she's just out there, chugging along in her vehicle, just making sure she's okay. And I think that speaks very highly of her as a person. And again, what makes her beyond just the average generous person who, wants to help somebody. She's got that knowledge too. She understands what people are going through because she's done some of these long distance races. And I'm really sorry about my voice. I don't know what's going on here. It's like all of a sudden I sound very raspy and I wasn't singing. Anyway, so without further ado, here's my interview with Vivian. Hi, I'm recording now with my friend Vivian Montalvo, and she is not related to Hundo. Yeah.
I'm San Antonio and he's Hundo.
They didn't seem to have the same last name, but hey, what are we
Go figure, right?
Yeah. So I've known you for a couple of years. You're one of my buddies from the San Antonio off-road runners, Más o Menos. And so tell me a little bit well, first of all, tell me about your age and where you grew up and all that sort of thing. I know.
Well, I'm six. Okay. Well, I'm 65. Born and raised in San Antonio, 5 miles from here. I've always stayed on this side of town, the southeast part of San Antonio.
We're practically neighbors, so yeah.
We are neighbors. We're only 4 miles apart.
Yeah.
Grew up on the side of town, went to school on the side of town, the same school for 12 years, grew up in a big Catholic family.
Oh yeah.
A lot of siblings. Big? I have 9 brothers.
Oh my gosh.
And 2 sisters.
I did not know that.
We had a football team, we had a band, we had a baseball team, we had it all. Yeah. Yeah. My mom was the 10th man. Yeah. So no, but 9 brothers, 2 sisters. I'm at the bottom. So it's my younger brother, my brother Hector, and then myself. We were the favorites. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, but yeah, born and raised San Antonio, lived here all my life. Same school for 12 years. I'm still friends with friends that I went to school with in kindergarten. It's just.
And where's your high school? Is that Highland or?
No, actually, I went to St. Gerard's. It's over on South New Braunfels. Okay. By the city cemetery on West Commerce, on Commerce Street, Houston Street. Okay,
yeah, like kind of Southtownish.
Yeah, it's not the best part of town, but it's thriving now.
And you turned out well. So, and also, so tell us about your job, because I am so fascinated by your job. So interesting.
Well, I stay in a lot of places for a long time, including my employer, which is the H-E-B Grocery Company. Woo. I've been there, it'll be 37 years.
Oh my God.
Older than a lot of the people that I know that work there.
You were there since you were a child. Yeah.
Yeah, I was very young. I was blessed to start working with this organization. I was working for another company, and my dad, it's all my dad's fault, but he saw it on the front page when they used to deliver the newspaper, and it says, H-E-B headquarters moving to the Arsenal. He goes, you should apply. I'm like, we'll see. Drove around with my mail-in resume, like we always used to do. Mailed it in. They called me, had a Saturday interview, and back then they hired you on the spot. They hired me on the spot. And I was very blessed to go work in Corpus Christi prior to moving back to San Antonio, because that's where the headquarters were, in Corpus Christi. Mm-hmm. And my career started in, where did I work? Order and billing, which is a 24/7 operation. Then I worked in traffic doing backhauls, trucks all over the United States.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it was cool. Did a lot of claims there. And then I went to customer relations, where I dealt with the phone calls. How dare you, H-E-B, not have my cat food? My cat won't eat anymore. Sorry. Don't feed them. Don't eat.
You.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah. Yeah. And then opportunity came up in the corporate quality assurance department laboratory as a customer complaint coordinator. Sounds really attractive. But
I know.
I've always been somehow in the science medical field. And so it was just a easy fit for me. I mean, I hit the ground running. I've been there 25 years. So my job has transitioned over the 25 years. So now I'm a street scientist, I guess you could call me, or a subject matter expert when it comes to food. So what I do, I'm was a licensed claims adjuster. We used to deal with customers that would have like an injury or illness that they're claiming associated with an HEB product. And so my job was to investigate, see if there's any merit to the claim, accept it or deny it, what have you. All in all, is save the customer, right? And now, basically, all I do now are just product investigations, which is still very interesting because sometimes if you see a recall, HEB product's been recalled, well, it's because of me and my coworker. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. You know, we are pretty big stakeholders in what we do. You know, so yeah, I've been blessed to work there 35 years. They've been there, I'm lying, 36 years. My sons work there. They went to college. They're done. They gave us a stock option a few years back. So I'm doing really great. I've been blessed.
That's
been
awesome.
Blessed.
And you only have how many months before you retire?
11, let me see, 13 months.
All right.
So March the 3rd, 2023. That's the plan.
Out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. So my sons had this wonderful idea. Let's have your retirement party in Vegas. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
So
that's so fun.
As soon as I find out, we're going to probably rent an Airbnb and
that sounds
celebrate
fun.
life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm inviting everybody.
Good.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Yeah. I've always stayed on this side of town. I'm born and raised here.
So do you think you'll stay here
house anywhere but
Huh? Do you think you'll stay here after you retire?
Yeah, I'll keep this house. I'll keep my home here. This is home.
Nice
you
house.
know,
Yeah,
and
I like it.
My siblings are here. I'm real close to my younger brother, Jerry. So
that's the guy who's still staying with you or no?
The guy that's staying with me, yeah. The neighbor thought was my boyfriend.
The guy, I know. It's okay. I've got Orly's son, you know, staying with me right now. So yeah, I get.
They're like, ooh, Donna, yeah.
I know. I'm like, okay, he's 21.
Yeah. I'm real close to my brother and his kids. So, and then my boys eventually want to come back to Texas. You know, so
are they both in Florida or are they one in Florida?
No, my oldest Philip is lives in Tampa, Florida. Has a fantastic job with the chemical company there, director of marketing. His son's there, my grandson Noah. And then my youngest son lives in DC.
Okay.
He works at George Mason University as a director of photography, TV, all that good stuff.
Oh,
his
that's
dream
so
job.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's been
that's
there.
Up my alley.
Yes, exactly. So his big plan is to either go back to Chicago because he lived there, Texas, and Austin. Because if he has to, he'd like to teach at UT. So
does he have a master's?
That way he can get his doctorates.
Does he have a master's?
Yes, they both do.
Good.
Yeah. So they always, you know, if one does it, the other one's going to do it. So there's still plans in the talks for them, hopefully in the future, to get their PhD from UT. They want to graduate in Texas,
all right,
in Austin. So yeah. So those are my two boys, and then got my Noah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, they keep me busy.
I would say I've seen you FaceTiming with him before, so that's cool.
Oh yeah.
So were you an active child? Or young adult, etc.
Oh yeah, as a little girl, my parents kept us very busy. When my sister and I were young, I mean, we're talking like 4 years old, maybe. I know I was. She was probably 5 or 6. We were in tap dance ballet, and then we went to ballet folklorico, Spanish dancing. And then we were since the first grade in music. So my dad worked really hard. He sent us to private school. We had music lessons. We had dance lessons. And then my brothers were all athletes, and my dad was a big sports fan. So when my brothers were playing football, me and my sister were the cheerleaders or the nurses, but I wanted to jump in, and get dirty and play football, play baseball. So at a young age, I started playing softball. I was the youngest on the team and the catcher because I was the youngest on the team.
Oh God.
And then I would run. Then in high school, I ran track and I was in the band. So
Wow, you
I
were
had a
like
lot
a
of activities.
Renaissance woman. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I have a great appreciation for music, the arts, uh, sports. I love sports.
Yeah.
I guess I was kind of a tomboy,
Mhm.
so it kind of worked out, it was
That's
great.
awesome. So, uh, as an adult, though, I mean, when did your running career start? I know you were doing,
Yeah,
country, et
yeah,
cetera.
exactly. Yeah, there's a couple of phases in my life when I did things.
We're all like that.
So I hadn't run in a while, and a high school friend of mine was taking Zumba classes
Yeah,
over here at
yeah.
Brook City Base when they had the gym over there.
Uh-huh.
So I joined, loved it, and one of the girls there was wearing an HEB shirt. So of course I was eyeballing her and, hey, where do you work and where do you work? And then she told me about the San Antonio Roadrunners. I was like, okay. So I got on Meetup. My first meetup was on a Sunday at Brackenridge Park.
Oh, yeah.
It was Bob Liggett, Roger Sanchez, Mariana Ramirez, and a gentleman and me. And the first thing we did was run the Gorilla Hills. I'm like, oh man, I don't know, this is gonna work.
So what's the Gorilla Hills? I don't know if I know that.
Oh yeah, well, Brackenridge Park, across from the zoo. Back in the 70s, you used to be able to drive up this hill and
Hmm.
then be on the top of the sunken gardens looking down.
Ooh,
Now they close it off and you run the Gorilla Hills. That's what they call it, the Gorilla Hills. You could call it
I think I've heard Maria.
Monkey Hills if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, I just, just started joining and then started. That's how all my friends, everybody that I know is through SARS or,
Hmm.
that's how
Same.
I met you literally
Yeah,
on the road.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how I met Maria. Maria met us at Brazos Bend. Hey, can I run a marathon with y'all? Yeah, come on, let's go.
Hey.
You know, it's just a different world. It's so chilled. Everyone's just so cool.
It's a lovely group. Yeah. I mean,
And our conversations are different from anything else,
yeah.
and
You don't see road groups talking like that. No.
oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, we ran into Kimberly. We saw Kimberly when we were in Big Bend and
The
the things that we
former
talked about.
SAR off-road runners coach, just for the
Yes.
uninitiated.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a blast with her. It
Oh, I
was
love
so much
her.
fun.
Oh.
Yeah. But the things that we talked about, and you could talk about anything and everything. And, it's just fun. And when we did the Big Ben Ultra,
Hmm.
we were miserable, but
What year
we'd
was
stop
that?
and I'm sorry.
What year was that?
Oh, that was just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
It was just like
Oh, you and
January
Maria
16th.
and
Yeah,
Kimberly.
we did the
Okay, yeah,
Big
yeah,
Ben
yeah.
Ultra.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
We weren't prepared mentally or physically, but I said, we're going to be in the most beautiful place in Texas, so let's do it. And there was nobody around, but we
Y'all
kept
did the
going. And
50K?
no, no, no. We just did what did we do? The 20K, the
Okay. Which is,
contrabando run. No, no 50K. No,
hey,
no,
now I
no,
get
not
it.
this
I get
time.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we had a blast, even though we were like, oh, I
12
can't do
miles.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we
Which
stop
is
and go,
enough.
but yeah, it was plenty. So
Yeah.
we were like, but look where we're at. We're in the state park. I
Like,
mean,
I know. I need to do that
I
one
know.
next year. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had so much fun. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I've met all my friends. It's just been wonderful. So I've been, gosh, that's probably been like I've been with 7 years maybe. San Antonio Roadrunners.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I'll never do trails. I'll never do trails. What?
Ha.
God for no, and I love it.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, had a
Come to
couple
the
of
dark
falls.
side.
Got my battle scars. We both have. So
Oh,
yeah,
dude. Yeah. My knees.
yeah,
Can't
it's great.
talk.
And I said I wasn't gonna do it again, but I signed up for prickly pear. So
Oh, good for you.
yeah, just a little run, just a 5K. So yeah,
All right. That's all right. Well, I
that's
think
okay.
Marie and I have been threatening to do, see, I didn't realize the prickly pear was, when is that? Like March 13th?
It's on the 13th, I think.
Yeah. See, I'm going to be
12th
up
or
at,
13th.
yeah, I'm going to be up at J&J, which is a Tejas
Yeah.
race. I'm volunteering. And
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that. Yeah. And so I'm just like, ah. But yeah. And then
Yeah.
I think Maria and I are supposed to do that Texas two-way torture test, which is
Oh
up
yeah, I was
in,
thinking about that. I need to
yeah,
make up
it's
that one because
fun.
that's where I had a really bad fall, and I'm just like,
It's
you
not
should do it.
technical. It's just got a
Yeah.
couple of big climbs, but it's not
Oh yeah.
technical.
Oh, I loved it out there. I
Yeah, I
really had a
mean, I
good time,
threw up
except
after
for
it
when I
last
fell.
year, but
You did it last year, right?
yeah, Maria and I did it. But I
Oh,
got dehydrated
yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, drink some cold water." I'm like, "That sounds
Oh
great." Yeah.
no.
Yeah, and then we're like walking toward my car, and I'm like,
Oh, that's when you're throwing up.
"Go
That's
away,
right.
go
Yeah.
away." And she had to drive us to
Yeah,
her
look.
house, in my car.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
terrible, but yeah, so yeah, don't play this at home.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I get caught up in the moment. So, I
It's
have
a
to
fun
think
race.
logically.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
It's really nice. I
I
really enjoyed
like it
that one.
because it's not like super rocky and all that sort of stuff. And
Oh,
so
I love the
like,
soft dirt. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean it's got some rocks, but nothing, scary. I mean, you got to watch out for the cows more than anything.
It's just the view. The view is amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah.
so what is your favorite race?
My favorite race, well, I have two. I
Good.
really like Brazos Bend. I
Mhm.
really enjoyed it a lot.
Same. And which
And
distance? The marathon?
and then my street running, it's probably going to be the Marine Corps Marathon.
Ooh, tell me about
That
that.
that was my first marathon.
Hmm.
Becky, another running buddy, best friend,
Yeah.
we trained for that, and we did exceptionally well. But it's just so you just run with such purpose. And I heard about the Blue Mile. I don't know if you ever heard about the Blue Mile.
No.
So the Blue Mile at the Marine Corps Marathon, and we actually did it here. We do it here in San Antonio. What they do is honor the fallen,
Okay.
and it's a group called Wear Blue, Run to Remember.
Hmm.
And it's kind of cool because you wear your I wear my that shirt when I run over there, and people run by you and like go blue, and you're like yeah, it's just so you feel so Americana, so patriotic doing it.
Yeah, no,
But
that's cool.
but when you get to the Blue Mile, everyone just all they talked about. It's about a mile's worth of posters of our fallen soldiers
Oh
that are
God.
KIA, yeah. And then I get goosebumps every time I talk about this.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
And then
start.
once you
Yeah.
pass those, there's the families are holding the flag.
Oh
They're
gee.
holding the flag. And
Oh,
so, but all you hear is sniffing and
oh, I'd
the
be doing
footprints.
it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'd be
it's just,
weeping. Oh.
and then when you're done, you get past that, you're like, I can do this. And then you just keep going. But you see, oh, there's the Lincoln Memorial. Oh, there's Jefferson's to this. Oh, there's, the National Mall. Oh, I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
when
that
you
sounds so cool.
and then when you finish, of course, you run by the Pentagon, and there's everyone there with their rifles and their weapons,
Oh my
protecting
God. Yeah.
them. But when you finish, there's the Iwo Jima Memorial,
Mhm.
ginormous, and then you get medaled and saluted by a Marine. You're like,
Oh,
ah!
oh my
You're
God.
like bawling your eyes. I mean, it is amazing. My son and I ran a 10K a couple of years ago, still just as emotional and everything. So
Mhm.
that one I really really enjoy. I was running with the We're Blue Run to Remember group here in San Antonio, but they have a new person in charge, and I haven't really met her, so just been doing other things. But that
Yeah,
one's that's probably my favorite run.
that's
You
so
know,
cool. That's so
yeah,
cool.
it's so patriotic, and then you see these old guys,
Fun, but
you
yeah.
know, just saluting you. You run by the Capitol. I mean,
Oh,
you run by Smithsonian. I mean, Jesus.
yeah.
I mean,
My
that's just
goodness.
so American. It's just really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my dad was a Marine
Uh huh.
and he was
Oh,
also
nice.
in the army. Yeah, I know. And
Oh,
in
wow.
fact, I didn't realize he was a Marine until a friend of mine, I had like posted my dad's photo, you know,
Uh huh.
in his military outfit. And one of my
Yeah.
friends who was a Marine was like, Semper Fi, your dad was a Marine. I'm like,
Hoorah. You're
I
like,
thought it
oh
was,
yeah.
I thought it was like, I thought it was the Navy, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. But
Oh my goodness.
my dad used to hang out of airplanes taking pictures, just
Oh
probably
wow.
where I get some of my crazy from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, during the Korean War, and I've
Oh
still got a
wow.
photo. Yeah, I've got a photo album or two of stuff that he shot. It's really
Yeah.
amazing. And
Oh, that's cool.
but yeah, I
That's
mean, my hat
cool.
is off to, the veterans and whatnot. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
despite what other people might think about
Sure.
my
I mean,
political
it was
views.
a fantastic. It's funny. The funny story behind that, because Rebecca and I were so worried about where the start is, and so we were literally the first participants there when
Yeah,
for the. I mean, we told the guy, okay, we're going
you're
orange
always early.
signature. Yeah, we're early birds. He drops us off the highway, and we're like, well, there's
Now
lights over
what?
the hill, so we're in the middle of nowhere. So we walked over this hill, and probably every girl's dream. There's nothing but Marines everywhere. You're like, oh my gosh.
Woo!
But we were the first ones there. It
And
was so we
so,
were so afraid of getting lost.
oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
so cool. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
It was the first time I lost a toenail too. So that a
Ugh.
lot of good times.
As I say, I've lost a bunch, but I haven't lost any lately, knock wood. But
Who needs them?
because I haven't, yeah, probably because I haven't run long enough. Although Brazos was pretty bad and Snowdrop was pretty
I
long.
find out when I wet my feet, that's when things
Yeah, I
get
usually, yeah,
bad.
it's the summer races where I end up losing my toenails. But
Yeah.
what do you
So was
think
my little one.
what do you
Yeah.
think the hardest race is that you've ever done?
Uh the hardest race. Oh,
Sorry about that.
no, 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 that's okay. I can't really say that one comes to mind
You ever
because
DNF'd?
no,
Oh, God love you.
no, no. We were afraid we were gonna DNF, but at Big Bend Ultra because we didn't know what the cutoff time was or anything. So hey, we got a medal and I
Yeah.
placed third in my age group, which is there's only
Hey,
four of
that's
us.
good. That's amazing. I see that's the thing I like about being a masters runner is sometimes you
Yeah,
can place, without, I mean,
yeah,
it's not saying that, it's like, there's only a few people out there, but sometimes there aren't that many and
yeah,
we do pretty well. So that's
yeah.
exciting.
The young lady that just passed away from SARS, Bernadette, I don't know if you knew her.
No.
Really, really, she was
Oh,
always my
right there. Yeah, yeah,
nemesis.
yeah. She got hit
Yeah,
by a
she was
car.
always,
Yeah,
I
oh
said, man,
God.
she was I
Oh,
always would follow her. I'm like, man, and I can't beat you. So yeah, she inspired me a lot. She was a good
yeah.
runner. Yeah, I
So
can't really think.
that's
I
okay.
I, I do know I don't like hills. So
Join the club. I don't like rocks
yeah,
or hills.. Yeah, I'm right
yeah.
there with you.
I know in
Um,
training, the Madrone Trail was the worst
oh
ever.
my God, I hate that. I always get lost
I
and I always
I
fall.
I I quit. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. They're like, you just got this. I said, I
I
can't move.
ended up on pavement, I think last summer, I think, or fall when we were out there. And I was just like, okay, I can't do this. I hate this trail and leave me alone.
Oh,
I'm
and
getting my
I could
miles
feel
in.
the rocks under my shoes, which I
Oh,
have never experienced that
I
before.
hate
And it
that.
was like 150 degrees. It was insane.
Yeah,
I will never go there again.
no, I
I'll go
mean,
the other side to the lake. I won't go to
yeah, I think I've been out there like 3 times, but yeah, just this last time, yeah, I was super lost and by myself, and I was
yeah.
just every
Yeah, I met
second of
some
it.
woman who was one of the coaches, but I was like, I mean, you couldn't look up for 1 second because
Oh,
you
or
would fall.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
the trail was like
If
this and
my
like
knees
this.
could
I'm like,
talk, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, never. People are crazy. No,
No, no, I'm
no.
right there with you. So I know one of the other things that I adore about you is that you are a great crew person. So
That I'd rather do.
so tell me about that experience and what led you to doing that, because that does require you to not run and or generally and give of
Yeah.
yourself. So
Yeah.
why?
I I never knew about crewing until I joined, of course, running the Road Runners. But I also used to run with the Project Phoenix group,
Ah,
where they did a lot of crewing,
mhm.
and that's where I learned, and then it just kind of grew from there. I mean, and we would just, be out there passing out water, nothing really
Yeah.
great. And then Rebecca, my BFF, one day she says, "Hey, we should have a table with oranges and crackers, for I think it was I don't think it was the San Antonio Rock and Roll. I believe it was the Alamo
Okay.
Marathon, Alamo, that one."
Yeah, yeah.
And so we were there on Mission Road with a little table with a
Oh,
little tray of oranges and crackers and signs and all how
that's so
cute,
you.
but then it just kind of just grew and grew from there. Hey, we're gonna do it again, but this time we're gonna have water, this time we're gonna have pickles. It just grew and grew, and then we just decided. They did it, Project Phoenix did it when we did our marathon at Brazos Bend a
Hmm.
few years ago, and it was awesome. They were great. I mean, it was just, but I wanted to be on the other end. If I wasn't gonna run, I wanted to serve, you know.
Right.
And we just kind of nicknamed ourselves the bougie crew, going at the girls, and it was just it just all just started that way out of the back of my van, let's do this. And
And you've got a great van, by the way.
and the last time that we crewed, which was for you and Maria and Orlando and his wife and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Michael,
Oh,
and
at Brazos. Yeah. Oh, thank
it
you
was
so much.
fun. I really enjoyed that. I mean, I think I brought everything but the kitchen sink. I
You
think, did
did.
I bring a sink? No, but it's more like camping type of stuff. But
Yeah.
you just want to make sure that the people that you're there for, that you're there for them. That they're well fed, that they're
Comfortable.
got to get them out of their head. Because that's the hardest thing to do. But because I've been on the other end, so I know what it's like.
Yeah.
Maria's great. She did that for me when we did what was it? What's the one that they do at Eisenhower Park? It was a trot
Oh,
run.
Alamo City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my toughest runs. Now that
Oh,
it comes to mind.
I hate that thing.
Yeah.
I know, and I've done it
I didn't.
like almost every year. So
I
yeah.
dropped. I went down to a 10K, but I did not DNF. Yeah, that
Good
was
for
a
you.
tough run. That was a
Well, it's
tough
always
run. And
so
Maria was like,
hot
"You need any
here.
water? You need anything?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. No, but just plus it's the way that I was brought up to serve. You
Hmm.
know, and that's in my job. That's what we do. We serve our customers.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just my mom was always involved with the church, whether it was I was her little helper, whether it was at the
Which
church.
church? Catholic church or
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, St. Gerard's, and then she was a parishioner at St. Michael's when it was
Okay.
downtown. So she would be at the bingo queens here, and or
Okay.
with the Cub Scouts or the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts.
Been there, done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always her little wingman. And when my brother was born, I basically raised him because she said he's yours. I'm like, okay. So I
Gary?
had two little brothers, Jerry. So I had two
Oh,
little brothers that I was taking care of
oh my
at
God.
7. So I was a little
You had a
mom
big
since
family. Yeah.
I do, and a lot of cousins, and it was just great, to just be surrounded by family and friends. And I was always with my mother when she would go to people and do service and stuff. So it was just ingrained in me. I If I'm going to be at a race, I'm just not going to be sitting there. I'm either going to be serving you, massaging your feet, or I'm going to be running with you. So I just really enjoy it.
I'm
I
right
really
there with
enjoy
you.
it.
I get it. I get it. Well, I mean, I was raised
Yeah.
Catholic too. I mean, slightly different
Yeah.
environment, but yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's so much fun to give back and help people, but but you have to have that experience of having been there in
Yeah.
order to
Yeah.
really be effective, I think,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I my hat's off to you for that because
Yeah.
yeah.
And you got to help the person who's running. You got to push him back off.
Yeah.
time to go. You know, because
Hey, get out of that aid station. Yeah.
They did that to me, Maria, and my friend Mo, who used to run with me. And we were getting comfortable, and they're like, "Hey, get out of here! You got to run."
No,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
when
Yeah,
I do aid stations, yes, it's like,
yeah.
okay, you get 5 minutes, I'm counting it, and you're gonna be out of here,
You're
okay?
out of here.
And they're all just
Yeah,
like, okay, I'll be out beforehand. I'm like, good.
yeah, yeah. Because it's easy just to sit there and like, I don't want to do it. No,
No,
you know,
yeah,
you also got to
you
support
gotta
them.
talk people off the wall, and yeah, it's like,
Yeah, you got to support them emotionally and mentally. You know.
no, I get it. Yeah. So I mean, I think we share that,
Oh yeah, yeah,
feeling. Yeah.
yeah,
So, but I
yeah. I
mean,
think I'm gonna probably be doing that more because
that's what I was gonna ask you. So what are you gonna be doing now?
yeah. So I'm going to Las Vegas for the rock and roll
When's
half
that?
marathon. It's actually in a month, actually less than a month, February 23rd.
All
So it's
right.
a weekend getaway slash. I'm the only one
Are you
running.
going with anyone or are you going by
Yeah, yeah,
yourself?
yeah. Actually, Becky is going, her sister's going, and Maria's going.
Oh,
And then I
no.
have two other friends that had signed up when I signed up. So I'm thinking Caroline and Birdie might be there.
Yeah.
I don't know what their itinerary is, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure we're going to run into them.
Birdie's okay now?
Yeah, yeah, she's fine. Yeah.
Well, I remember
Yeah,
she
they
got
ran the San
injured or
Antonio
something
half.
weird. Yes. Couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
she's done with trail.
No, that's all. Well,
Poor
no,
thing.
sorry about that. But well, that's
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah, I
then
thought I was done with
what
trail
after
running, but
that? Anything?
uh gosh. Well, that is my swan song, the rock and roll
Oh,
half marathon. So I'll be doing like 10Ks and 5Ks and crewing.
yeah.
So my next one after that is probably I'm doing a prickly pear. I'm
Hmm.
waiting to see if they're gonna have the Cap 10K in Austin, because that's my birthday run. I usually like to do that one.
And
HEB
when's
is a big
that?
sponsor in April,
Okay. All
beginning
right.
of April.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm kind of more focused on my retirement and saving some money because it adds
I
up
hear
after a
you.
while. So I
Hmm.
need a new pair of shoes, $100.
I know, or more.
You want good running shoes. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So
It's
that like when I
expensive.
go shopping, it's t-shirts and jeans and tennies. I don't have any. I think I maybe one pair of dress shoes. But
I'm right there
yeah,
with you. I get it. I get it.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love
I mean, I'm
secondhand.
kind of like a fly, just spontaneous type of person. If someone says, "Hey, we're gonna go to Big Ben," or I mean, Brazos Bend in April. You want a crew? Yeah, I'll go. Hop in the van and let's
Nice.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're such a great crew person. Yeah. So I mean, it
Thank you.
was
Thank
so
you. I
funny
enjoy
because
it.
Orly and Kathy were like, we are so glad that you found some great friends. And they love you. I mean, well, they love you
I
and
really enjoy the
Maria and
company. Yeah.
Becky. Yeah. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
but
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's
We
so
always
cute.
have a blast.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so cute
Yeah.
how they're like, we really appreciate that because, I know they were worried about me because, well, I mean, I had this group of people in the valley and,
Yeah.
and it was very, very hard to replicate that, and so
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, and I mean, I still haven't, but it's different, but it's
Yeah.
still as good, so I can't compare,
Yeah.
so,
Your friends in the valley were they runners? That's how you met your
oh
friends
yeah,
through
yeah. That's
running?
how I know
Yeah.
Orly and Kathy, et cetera. Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
that was my
Yeah.
social outlet. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited because end of next month, I'm going down there and gonna do the 25K at the Mesquite Fire, which is my
Oh
old
wow.
stomping grounds. Yeah,
Oh,
the
cool,
Christian
cool.
trails. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
well,
So you're
and I
not
know
doing
the race
Rocky Raccoon then
directors.
after all.
Yeah, and I know the race directors and
Yeah. Awesome.
they promised me a free entry for life, and so I'm like, all right, I'm going to hold you guys to this.
Nice. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm really super psyched
That's
about that.
awesome.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, so is there anything else I haven't asked you about that you would like to mention? Because I feel like this is kind of like blah 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 blah.
Oh no, no. That's the way that's how we conversate, converse, we're
Exactly. No, I know, I know. No, I
yeah.
know. I always love these because um, it is sort of an unpredictable conversation, but
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just have to tell you, I just am so grateful to know you, first of all, and secondly, have
No,
you as a
same here.
neighbor.
Same
Yeah, and
here.
thank you again for you and your brother cutting down those.
We're not done.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Yeah.
I had my
Yeah.
little pile of branches last week, and the guys came by with their big trucks and and I'm like, it's kind of a little baby pile, but it's okay.
Yeah. You're
Take it.
getting there. Yeah, slowly but surely. There's always something to do.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so all right, well, hang loose for 1 second. Thank you
Okay.
so much. And I'm gonna pause or stop recording. All right. Well, as I always say, I hope you enjoyed that interview. I feel like a broken record, but I do. I hope you enjoyed it. Took a little intel away from that chat. And yeah, as always, she's fun to talk to. She's just, I don't know, she always just makes me feel, I don't know what, that sounds really weird, but it just makes me feel safe when I'm with her. Like, I don't feel like anything can go wrong. You know, it's like, she's just incredibly resourceful, caring person. And she's just really delightful to be around. And yeah, so I'm trying to think of, well, okay, only one new race on the horizon so far, at least for this week. I am signed up to do the Mesquite Fire at the end of February. Decided to pull the trigger on that one. Well, also because as a delightful parting gift from Soul Racing, they promised me free entry into that race for life. And so I will take them up on that. So we will, yeah, so I'm going to do the 25K. Nothing, you know, I'm not going to try to do a 50K 2 weeks after doing a 50K. But yeah, that's the latest. It's not really a crazy thing because I think I can bang out a 25K. I've done it before. It's actually one of my favorite distances. And yeah, so I've got that end of February, last Saturday in February. The lodging part's going to be interesting because I know Kathy Montalvo had offered me space at her house, well, their house. And however, I just found out yesterday that their oldest daughter, Hannah, is having an engagement party that weekend, or maybe that Saturday. So I'm not really, I have a feeling because I know Daniel's going to come down, Daniel, who is staying with me, and then of course Hannah and her fiance. So I may need to go find another place to stay or just camp in my car, you know, and that's no offense to anybody. It's just sort of, I kind of added it all up yesterday and I was like, oh, ooh, that might not work. But it's fine. I'm just excited to go down to see my friends in the valley. Won't be a very long visit, but at least it'll be something. And yeah, so it's always good to reconnect with those guys. So anyway, outside of that, oh, my friend Jessica and I ran on Saturday afternoon at Government Canyon, which was fun. We ran the front country, which is pretty much the only part of that place I will happily do because it's pretty flat and not very technical. And it was funny because we were supposed to run that morning, but it was cold. And we were like, let's just wait till it warms up a little bit. And so we did. And we got there like, God, it was like a little after 1. And the SAR group was out there that morning, San Antonio Roadrunners off-road off-road group. I mean, because they met up at like 8 o'clock that morning. Here it is 1, and they're still hanging out there. And we're like, no, we're not signing in. Don't worry, because we have this policy where if you are, you know, running with that group, you have to sign in, and you know, just let them know when you show up, and then when you leave, so they know you're not still out on the trail. We certainly weren't going to make them do that, and we were actually a little surprised that people were still hanging out. But yeah, so that was fun. It was fun. But yeah, and then she and I ended up spending the first 3 miles just pretty much chasing Jess because, okay, let's face it, she's about 30 years younger than me, and so it's just kind of, the way it works, she's going to be faster than me, and she's kind of tall, and so she's got these little longer legs than me, and just and she was just out there, just she didn't really know her way around, so she had to keep stopping and looking to me like, well, where are we going? So just like, follow the trail, follow the signs. It's fairly well marked out there, but yeah, anyway. And then I don't know, I think by about mile 4 we kind of I was hiking it a little bit, and we both decided just to hike and chat. And so we caught up on things, and which is always fun. I mean, here again, sometimes training runs evolve into these, conversations. And again, that's something, I don't know if it's unique to trail running, but it is something that I appreciate and cherish. And, otherwise you may as well just be out there by yourself. So, anyway, so we did that, and it's a great place. I really love going out there, and especially like that front country. And then there's also another route that I like. It's called the Joe Johnson Trail, and this one, a lot of families take that one. It's probably about a 2.5 mile out, 2.5 mile back, and it leads to the actual dinosaur tracks out there. There are real dinosaur tracks at Government Canyon that are preserved, and yeah, so families will be hiking out there. So it can't be that horrendously awful, because little kids are out there, and although they don't really care, but anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, that backcountry, I've done it, but I don't really enjoy it. Again, it's that some people love that stuff. I just happen to be one of them who does not. Yeah, it's that rocky, hilly, technical stuff that even hiking, I sometimes fall. So, anyway, but I think this is more about me than anything else. But anyhow, I think that's all I've got for now. I will see you next time.